And I think that after last night or yesterday late afternoon, you pretty much raise a boatload of questions about the Lakers. And I think Joey nailed a bunch of them in our chat room. What's the starting five of this team going to be like when next year starts? You're not going to have Kobe on opening day. That's not going to happen. Nash will be there. He's under contract. Dwight Howard's a free agent. Paul Gasol's in the last year of his deal. I'm pretty sure Ron Artest is 2 years left, so he probably will be there. If D'Antoni's there, are they able to re-sign Howard? If they re-sign Howard, is D'Antoni there? There are a lot of different questions with this Lakers team. And I think the biggest one is, who are the Lakers going to choose to go with, D'Antoni or Dwight Howard? Because to me, that's really your biggest question. Because I don't think you can have Howard in a D'Antoni system. And I don't think Howard wants to play for D'Antoni's system. And I don't think D'Antoni wants a big man like Howard on his team, because then he can't really execute his system. So I'll ask you, who do you keep? If you got to pick one of the two guys, and you're the Lakers and you're the Bus family, who are you picking? Are you picking D'Antoni, the head coach? Or are you going to pick Dwight Howard, the best big man in the NBA, yet sometimes has some of the least impact out of all the big men in the NBA?
Well, I think it's more of a decision for Dwight Howard, and I don't think Dwight Howard wants to come back to LA. That's the way I feel about it. I don't think it's if LA wants him. I think LA would want him. Like I've told you guys all year, he is the best center in the NBA. I don't care what you guys try and argue and tell me, and what Mike tries to tell me on Thursdays. Dwight Howard's the center in the NBA. If you want a center, you want Dwight. But I don't know if Dwight wants to be there. And Dwight's better off going somewhere where he could be happy. And he's not happy in LA. And he's going to get the media. The media is the worst in the biggest markets. And in New York and LA, you are going to get killed if you're not producing.
You know what?
It's not like being in Orlando. And some guys can handle it. Shaq handled it like a champ. Dwight Howard's not Shaq. He doesn't have that same personality. He doesn't have the ability to shrug things off. He takes things to heart. He's a bit more of a...
sensitive guy.
I was going to say crybaby because I don't care about being politically he's just more of a crybaby. He's more of a wah, I got fouled, and wah, things didn't go my way. Where Shaq, even through the hack of Shaq, just kept dominating.
Yeah, pretty much.
It didn't matter how bad he shot free throws. He's like, I'll go down the court every time and hit 1 out of every 4. It don't matter.
Yeah.
We're still scoring, and you guys are fouling out.
Yeah, and we'll get your team over the limit, and then, stupid little reaching fouls puts our good...
He's not Wilt. He's not Kareem. He's not some of the other great centers that the Lakers have had. He's not some of the other great... He's not like the great centers in NBA history. But he is the best center in the game right now, but he needs to be happy to play somewhere. He wasn't happy this year. He's not going to be happy if he stays in LA, and I don't care how much money they throw at him. He can go make the same money somewhere else.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that you're not going to see numerous teams offer him money. I'm curious to see, because you've seen this in the NBA a couple times, signing trades.
I'm going to see... Here's what I think. I think the best landing spot for him to go is Dallas. Got a player-first owner. They have a ton. Mark Cuban doesn't even know what to do with all his money. So he'll just be like, okay, come on, Dwight. Come on. Whatever you want.
Here's a blank check. Just take it.
What's that max the NBA says I can offer you? Yep. Here you go. See my facilities? Every player loves them. We got a smaller market here, a little bit smaller. I mean, listen, Dallas is still a big market. Don't get me wrong. But they're not L.A. and they're not New York.
No, and our media makes fun of the Cowboys more than us, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. You're in an area where you don't, the focus isn't just going to be on you 24/7. You can come here, you can be a little quieter, a little happier, and I'd love to have you because my team needs defense and center, which we lost when I let go of Tyson Chandler, which is a stupid move that I regret doing. So please come and save me and this team and make Dirk happy, and make everybody happy, and come play some defense and rebound for us. And everybody here will love you.
I could definitely see Dallas. I could see Dallas. I could see the other team in Texas, Houston. People have talked about them as well. I mean, I like Dallas even more just because they're the other quote-unquote big man that would be playing down low with Dwight Howard is Dirk. Dirk's a jump shooter. I mean, he'll play with his back to the basket and post you up, but he's still going to fade away. He's not going to give you a little hook shot. So that does leave Dwight Howard with the paint to himself, which is the one thing that he liked the most about playing in Orlando was the paint was all his. He owned it. I actually like that idea. I say let him go to Cleveland. Go play with Kyrie Irving. Small market. And that's the thing. I agree with you. I think you put him the smaller of a market you put him in, I think the better off he is. I think he's very similar to like.
Here's another way to look at it. The Clippers don't necessarily have the funds to sign him, especially with Chris Paul, Blake, and they got a couple other guys they've signed already. The Lakers. I don't think he wants to go back to the Lakers or even stay in LA, which is also why I think the Clippers are out. I think there's, in the pros and cons he's weighing, I think it outweighs everything. New York doesn't need him. And I'm going to say for both New York teams. I mean, the Nets have Brook Lopez. Why would they sign Dwight Howard when they have a good, reliable center already? The Knicks have Tyson Chandler. I don't really see them getting rid of Chandler to bring in Howard.
I don't think he'd want to be in.
And again, it goes to that big market of media scrutiny. I don't think he goes to either Brooklyn or New York or the Knicks. So who does that leave? As far as bigger teams that are going to want to be there.
Chicago.
But Chicago, they got Noah and Boozer.
Oh, I know. I'm just throwing out.
No, I know. But we could even run through those little bit of teams. I mean, there aren't as many teams out there that would take him. I mean, you look at Boston. They just drafted two guys in Sullinger and Fab Melo last year.
Yeah.
And they got Garnett already, who will probably play another year. They're not going to take him. Philadelphia, they already had a mess with Bynum. They're not jumping into that mess, nor do I think that maybe Dwight would want to play in Philly. I don't know. But I don't think he would be happy there, and I don't think he would win championships there. Toronto, no chance of them signing. Indiana doesn't need him. Chicago, we just went over, doesn't need him. Cleveland and Detroit, probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you could sit here and run your way through the team. I mean, I agree.
Yeah, and I'm looking, what teams would, San Antonio, he's not a San Antonio Spurs kind of guy. You know what I mean when I say that? That they want more of a Duncan-esque type player where he is more of a, not that kind of player. I don't know what kind of player even Dwight's like, but he talks too much, he cries too much, he whines too much. I don't think he would be into the Popovich system.
Yeah. No.
Nor do I think they would want to spend the money on him.
Yeah, I have a very hard time seeing Dwight Howard going to another big, very big market. I think the small market is the right idea for him. I think, though, if you're the Lakers... Now, if you told me I had to choose D'Antoni or Howard, I think I'm going with Howard. I mean, I've made it blatantly known on this show what my opinion of Mike D'Antoni is as a head coach. I don't think he's a championship caliber head coach. I don't think he ever will be.
But I don't think it comes down to that decision of who they rather, or would they rather keep D'Antoni or keep Howard. I think either way, even if they fire D'Antoni, they're still not going to keep Howard.
See, and that one, if they got rid of D'Antoni, I think they would keep Howard. Or I think they'd try. I don't know if Dwight would want to be there, but I think the Lakers would want him there.